Today I'm hiking Horton Creek. I'm doing this alone today. My husband's up in this area for a hunt, so I came up here to do some of the trails. This one is bragged about a lot online about how great of a trail is, and everyone highly recommends it. So I'm gonna give it a try. Tomorrow I'm gonna do Waterfall, which I know is a shorter hike. I got my All Trails app downloaded. Well, not really downloaded. I open it before I lose service, and I don't pay for the app. So I opened up the trail, and it works just fine. So I know where I'm going. But this trail seems really well used and widely marked out. According to All Trails, this hike is 8.6 miles. So about 4 miles one way, and it's not a loop, so you go there and then turn around. Haven't seen any water yet, probably only a fourth a mile in. There's a bunch of little crossings to go across the creek where it looks like there's other trails. I don't know if it just follows alongside on the other side, but just looking at my map, it's just telling me to stay on this trail. So this trail is pretty well marked out every 50, 100 feet. There's a tie marking the trail. Even though it's clearly, you can see the trail. So far, I only get glimpses of the creek. You're not really hiking right next to it. You can hear it the whole time. You're just not down, like right near it. So I'm going off the main trail down to the creek because it looks like it's a neat little area. So I'm on my last mile of the 4 to the end of this trail. It's pretty steep. The creek is down there. It's been pretty flat with like slight climbs until now. Now it's been just slowly going straight up. Probably, we'll see how long it is. On the app, it does say you have 2,500 feet elevation gain. And I'm guessing this is where that starts. I came across a sign. This is Horton Spring to our right. Let's see what. So this must be 4 mile marker. The end of Horton's Creek, because it says 4 miles that way. It's supposed to be 4 miles. Let's look at All Trails. No, this is 8.6. So it must be 0.3 more miles. This must go all the way up to the spring. Let's see, you zoom out. On that little blue dot, there's where I started. So might as well keep going and see if we get to the spring or if it's just the beginning of the trail for the spring. Reading some of the reviews, and a lot of the reviews said they only hike 2 or 3 miles on the trail. I kind of figured out why, is that last mile is just uphill the whole time. But I started something and I have to finish it, so I can say if I want to do it again. So far I haven't been too impressed with this trail. You're not really hiking along the creek. There's areas where you can walk down to the creek, which the creek is really pretty. Just for all the hype about this trail online, I thought it'd be a little different. I guess my expectations was set too high. I did read on one comment that at the spring it comes out of a cave, but I never saw a picture, so I guess we'll find out if that's true or not. Oh, this must be the cave they were talking about it comes out of. Oh, so neat. I don't know if I can get up there. So I made it to the cave that one of the comments said that the water comes out of. On the All Trails app, it does say that this trail keeps going. This waterfall made it worth the hike. I take back all the things I said about not being worth the hype online, because this is gorgeous. A little confused because I feel like this is coming out of the cave at the top, but I'll have to hike up there and find out. So the water is also coming out from a cave up here. So this must be the main one. The trail keeps going, so it'll keep going. See what else we can find. So after reading reviews, I'm at a point where it just keeps going up and up and up and it's getting pretty late. Looking at my map, it looks like this just goes to a road. So I decided to go read the comments, and it does. It just goes up to the rim, and they say it's 2 miles and it's straight up and it's not worth it. And there's no more water. There's not a spring head or anything up here. So I'm gonna turn around and go sit by that waterfall and eat. I guess the 8 miles would have been at that sign I showed you, where when it said 4 miles back to Horton Creek, like the trailhead, that would have been 8 miles round trip. So a mile to that one waterfall where it's coming out of the cave, which I would highly recommend. That was the highlight. Horton's Creek, like to that sign, it's nice, but I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it, but I don't know how I'll put it. I guess my expectations were higher for that area because you don't really hike along the creek. You can hear it the whole time. It's an easy trail till you get to this point where it's hell. But I'm gonna turn around and go eat my lunch by that waterfall and call it a day. Definitely don't turn around when you get to the sign. Just go a little bit extra. It's worth it. Just got back to the car. Thanks for going on my adventure with me of me deciding if it was worth it or not worth it. I would say kind of worth it. It's a nice hike. The trail doesn't go along the side of the creek. There's plenty of trails that go down to the creek, but the main trail doesn't hike alongside of it. The main waterfall where it's coming out of the rock was definitely worth the hike, and I advise not to go any further because there's nothing further. It's about 2 more miles past that up to the rim trail, and it's not really a trail, it's a road, so there's nothing really up there. There's probably a view, but I wasn't about to keep going straight up. I did that for about a mile and decided it was time to turn around. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Tomorrow I'm doing water wheel, and I'll be posting that video too.